Hey everybody, thank you for requesting this private session of tapping that Liz and I are going to do together. I'm excited to get to do this with a fellow tapping practitioner too. I know we all have our different ways of going about things, so I'm gonna kind of show you how I might frame something today. And for those of you who are watching, you can tap along with us. You can change the words of what we're gonna do, make it relevant to your own thoughts or fears or whatever. We are going to tap on something kind of interesting today that I don't think I've had the privilege of doing in any of these private sessions in this resource. And that is the fear of working on the things that we know are going to change things for the better. Past traumas, bothersome memories, things that we just do not want to rehash. So, if you're willing, Liz, could you share a little bit about like how you're feeling about things like that right now?
Yeah, so as practitioners, we have to work on ourselves and we're always continuing that work. And it's sometimes not that fun. And I've had some stuff that I thought when I originally did my personal peace procedure, when I was getting certified, this is a list that we make that is any negative thing that has ever happened to us, little trauma, big trauma, anything that still comes up in our subconscious mind and our conscious mind from time to time. I had a list of hundreds of these, and I still have them. They're in my desk drawer here. I had my brother mentioned something not too long ago that triggered some things for me, and I went back to my original list, and none of the stuff that came up with this conversation that I had with my brother was on this list. So I think that it was suppressed. They were traumas, things that I had had from my past that were suppressed. And now, once I recognize this, I have another list that's hundreds of
Oh, so how does
I'm
that
gonna
make
show
you
Teresa. It's
feel?
like, here's my list of stuff
Oh,
that I wrote that's 3 pages long. So you know what? It's not a bad thing. These are things
nope.
that are going to propel me to move forward. They're gonna like Teresa and I talked about, another layer of happiness that I didn't even know I could have could come from working on this garbage that I've been
Yeah.
suppressing. So I shared with Teresa before we started recording that it's scary even to do this, but I'm willing to do it. I'm not doing it on my own. And
And it's
because
scary to you, even though you know that this isn't
yes,
re-traumatizing and that it doesn't have to be
correct.
difficult. So I just want to
Yes.
say that because I know so many people that don't know that this is going to be
Yeah.
pretty easy and not so bad have that fear too. So it's a common
Right.
fear.
So I'm honored to get Teresa to have Teresa to lead us through a little tapping together about, just the fear of what might come up, just the fear of not
Right.
knowing, just the fear of getting started, just the fear of being in it. Um, so yeah, I'm
How does it make you feel like the negative feelings, because we know we want those, right? When you look at
right
that list and you see all that work you have to do.
overwhelmed. Like literally, when I just flipped through this, my heart is racing because I'm thinking, oh my God, what am I doing here? There's all of these. I thought I was done.
All right. Any other feelings?
Anxious, just anxious in general. I mean, I can feel all this in my heart. It's
Okay.
very, heart centered.
Does it have a color, a texture, or any kind of descriptive things for the feeling?
If I feel into it, it feels black.
Okay.
It feels like jagged, like it wants to escape. It's not supposed to be there.
Okay. Does it feel like it wants to leave?
It feels like it wants to leave. It feels like it's almost hurting me to keep it. Like it feels thorny.
Mm. See, this is the kind of stuff where, like in hypnotherapy, we could really visualize that part going. We could negotiate with the part and we could, like, really make some interesting things happen. But we're going to
Well,
use an EFT tapping session to kind of take the edge off, you know?
yeah, I'm
And
thinking like it sounds really good. Like now I feel like I need to work with you.
I would welcome that. I absolutely love. I have so many of my clients are fellow practitioners and other experts, and I love that because there's already like
Oh,
so much that you bring
awesome.
to the table in your own knowledge, and then it's like we
Yeah.
can go so much deeper, so much faster because of
Hmm.
like the baseline of knowledge
Yes.
and understanding that already comes
Uh-huh.
to the table. So
Yeah.
very cool. All right, so let's do this to kind of take the edge off. And for those of you that are tapping along, just think of something that maybe you're afraid to allow to come up in you or that you feel like maybe you've been suppressing. You might not even be aware of it. This could be like, I just think I have these repressed memories and I would love to deal with them, but I don't even know how. So think of those things, make this specific for you. And Liz, I invite you to please change any words that I get wrong or that don't express your true feelings. Obviously, we've only just met on Zoom today, and I'm going to do the best I can with what I've collected of your
I'm an open
energy, but
book,
I
really. I
don't
feel very
always nail
comfortable
it.
with you. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we have like energy. I've always feel very comfortable with other fellow practitioners. So
So
I'm
we're
an
going to
open book.
start by just taking a nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And tell me where you feel like you are on the scale of 0 to 10 about your fear and anxiety and overwhelm when you look at that list.
Well, it's probably like a 7.
Okay. So I'm going to write that down for you. You know how important that is. We love to negotiate with it wasn't that bad afterwards. So, and you'll just repeat after me. Even though I'm scared to work on all of these issues,
Even though I'm scared to work on all of these issues,
I know they're going to help me,
I know they're going to help me.
and I want to deeply and completely accept myself.
And I want to deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I thought I was done with all this stuff from the past,
Even though I thought I was done with all this stuff from the past,
I kind of feel like a fool that I didn't remember I had all this to deal with.
I kind of really feel stupid that how could I have not written any of this down originally?
How could I have overlooked all of this?
How did I overlook all of this?
And it's overwhelming.
And it's overwhelming.
I want to love, accept, and forgive myself.
I want to love, accept, and forgive myself.
And even though I know this isn't a bad thing,
Even though I know this isn't a bad thing,
but it is so overwhelming,
but it's so overwhelming.
I'm open to the idea that I can handle it issue by issue
I'm open to the idea that I can handle it issue by issue,
and that it does not have to be difficult.
and it doesn't have to be difficult.
Just imagine what I could get done in a year.
Just imagine what I could get done in a year.
One issue a day.
One issue a day.
Oh, when are we ever done working on ourselves?
When are we ever done working on ourselves?
And I know how important it is because I'm a practitioner
And I know how important it is because I'm a practitioner.
and I've got to walk my walk,
I've got to walk my walk,
walk my talk.
walk my talk.
But all of these issues on my list are overwhelming.
But all these issues on my list are overwhelming.
It's bringing up a lot of anxiety,
It's bringing up a lot of anxiety,
and I can feel it in my heart.
and I can feel it in my heart.
This part of me that encapsulates all of this past trauma.
This part of me that encapsulates all of this past trauma.
It is dark and black.
It's dark and black,
It's jagged,
jagged,
and it does not belong there.
and it doesn't belong there.
But doing the necessary work to remove it feels like a lot.
Doing the necessary work to remove it feels like a lot.
And I do not know what is going to come up.
And I have no idea what's going to come up.
I mean, if I repressed all of these memories for so long, what else might be under there?
Yeah, if I've repressed these memories for so long, what else is hiding under there?
It makes my heart race.
It makes my heart race.
I really thought I was further along on my healing journey.
I really thought I was further along on my healing journey.
Which also feels foolish because I know it's never over.
Which also feels foolish because I know it's never over.
I don't really want to do this work.
I don't really want to do this work.
It doesn't seem fun.
It doesn't seem fun.
I don't want to have to go back into my past and dig it all up again.
I don't want to have to go back in my past and dig it all up again,
But I do want to be free of it.
but I do want to be free of it.
Sorry. Oh, what will come up when I dig in?
What will come up when I dig in?
All of this black, jagged pain.
All of this black, jagged pain.
I feel like it's going to hurt me.
I feel like it's going to hurt me.
And it makes me feel anxious.
It makes me feel anxious.
But I'm open to the idea
But I'm open to the idea
that I could create a whole new happiness baseline
that I could create a whole new happiness baseline
after I do this work.
after I do this work.
And I'm open to the idea that it can be done gradually
And I'm open to the idea that it can be done gradually
and in a way that won't overwhelm me.
and in a way that won't overwhelm me.
And that I have the capacity to handle this work.
And that I have the capacity to handle this work.
And that through doing this work, I will increase my capacity.
And that through doing this work, I will increase my capacity
And be even more resilient than I already am.
and be even more resilient than I already am.
I'm going to tap the sides of the fingers with love.
With love,
Side of the first finger, acceptance.
acceptance,
Middle finger, tolerance.
tolerance,
Skip to the pinky, and forgiveness.
forgiveness.
Back of the hand on that 9 gamut spot on the between the ring finger and the pinky finger. I now forgive, I now forgive, I now forgive.
I now forgive, I now forgive, I now forgive.
And I call my power back into my body.
And I call my power back into my body.
I know those memories don't mean any more than what I ate for breakfast the morning that they were made.
I know these memories don't mean any more than what I ate for breakfast the day they were made.
And I'm so ready to process them
And I'm so ready to process them
and to let it be easy.
and to let it be easy.
Take another nice deep inhale through your nose, Liz. Exhale through the mouth. If you feel like stretching, yawning, whatever you feel like doing.
Oh, that was so amazing. I feel so, I don't know if you can see, but all the hair, my arms
They're
are standing up
on your
I
arms.
literally got goosebumps from that. I mean, during parts of it, there were goosebumps and very much so at the end because it's all the truth. Everything we said, it's all the truth. And it's calming though to know, hey, I got this. I got this.
Yeah.
So thank you for leading us through that. And
Where would you say you are on that scale now? That 0 to 10, when you think about the fear or the anxiety or the unwillingness to dig into that?
I don't dread it at all. Like if I had to, I don't care. I mean, not that I don't care about doing it. I
Good.
just don't care. It's a 0. It's not even there. It's not, I don't care. Let's do it. Let's get started right now. Like I'm not worried one bit.
Well, we'll sign off. You can grab your list and you
I
can
know.
tap through
Go to
number
town.
1
I'll be
on
here
it.
for a
And
couple
before
years.
lunchtime
Yeah.
today, you're already making progress. And same for any of you listening. If you feel ready to move forward, tap on the next issue for yourself. That's always what it's about. What's next? What's left? Lather, rinse, repeat. And for those of you that tapped along, I always love to hear from people. Feel free to message me on Instagram at Teresa Lear Levine. Tell me that you did this session and let me know what your numbers were before and after. And I'll bet you'd love to hear from people too, Liz. What's your information?
I would love to hear from people. So you can get a hold of me at tapintohealth.net. That's my website. You can find my podcast from there as well. My podcast is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It's just Tap Into Health. And there's a nice picture of me that's the same picture that's on my website. So you'll know that you're in the right place. And on Instagram, it is EFT_practitioner.
Beautiful.
I'd love to hear from any of you, anyone that has any questions. And I just appreciate Teresa so much for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for putting your trust in me to guide you through that. I appreciate you. And thank you all for tapping along.